So the name of the game in winter here is about keeping yourself warm and stylish. And this is the best time to pull out that trump card layering, right? But there's also a few cool pieces that you need to have. These are gonna be essentials for winter time. So let's just get through it. Let's get to it right now. Now the first one we're gonna cover here, this is gonna be a staple. Like I don't wanna see no arguments, no ifs, ands, or buts about this, right? The first one's gonna be an essential jacket. And I already been made a video about this, like the 5 most essential jackets, right? So check that one out. Check that one out just to get a good hint on what you should kind of look for, right? But I do want to add on to that video that also check out fleece jackets in the sense of like zip ups or quarter zips. These are some swaggy, trendy options you can have in there, right? And still keep yourself warm. And like I said, layering is the name of the game here, right? So make sure you have like a dope sweater, dope cardigan. Play these off really well into your wardrobe, right? But the one thing about these, right? Make sure the sweater and the cardigan are kind of more form-fitting, and make sure you got some gains too. Come on, make sure you got some gains too, because if you don't and you just look soy and shit like that, you're finna look like someone's uncle, right? The sweater and cardigan, it's a special kind of swag, all right? Special type of swag. So make sure you actually put in the work, get the gains going, right? So you don't look like someone's uncle. You also want to make sure you have a solid fucking rain jacket, right? Like some solid weatherproof jacket, just something maybe like a North Face Nuptse or like a Kathmandu or Arc'teryx, some type of shit that actually give you some water protection, right? Because I mean, this really depends on the sort of climate you're in, right? Because okay, you can have cold weather, right? And then you can have wet weather. Now the wet weather, oh, that's the type of shit we don't like over here, right? This is the type of shit where a lot of the, okay, now actually this just segments me into the next part I'm gonna talk about, right? The next thing we're finna talk about here is gonna need some boots. And this one, I'm gonna put this one with an asterisk, right? Because it's like, if you're living in a climate where it's more so cold and not raining, not really snowing, then you don't really need the boots per se, right? You can get away with just your normal shoes, your everyday shoes, right? It gives you enough protection and all that stuff. But if you are dealing with climates where you have that snow, that wetness, then you're finna need some good solid boots. And please do not, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, right? Bro, if you guys are looking for good boots recommendations, right? Take your ass to fucking Drew Joyner or some shit. Cause bro, look at me, bro. Do you think I'm the kind of nigga that wears boots in here, bro? I mean, first of all, right, I'm in Australia, right? So it's like barely gets below even 15 degrees Celsius, right? And it's summer right now anyway. I'm still making this fucking video for you motherfuckers, right? So, and second of all, come on, like I said, do I look like the kind of motherfucker that wears boots? Now next, we're gonna need some head cover, right? And we got some options here, right? Because we're trying to stay a warm boy up in this bitch, right? So you can always go, you can go with like a beanie, like a knitted beanie, or like a knitted balaclava, or I'm gonna chuck in a scarf here too, right? It's not really a head cover, but like if I didn't mention scarf in here, I know you guys are gonna get on my head for that one, right? But honestly, essentially just anything you can kind of wrap around your head and keep it warm, like even a doily will do, honestly. Okay, now next essential we're gonna talk about here is gonna be about protecting your extremities, right? So when I say this, right, I'm talking in like gloves or, bro, come on, those ankle socks are not finna do it anymore, my boy. You need to get yourself some thick wool fucking socks, man. Like this is the biggest thing you have to realize when keeping yourself warm, right? Because the body essentially works in the fact that a lot of the circulating blood flow gets prioritized to your abdomen, right, when it's cold. So your limbs, your extremities, all that type of shit, right? There's less blood flowing, so less heat being provided there, right? So you want to make sure you're covering that with some good gloves, some good socks, and this will make a big difference to your general comfortability and just your general warmth and all that type of shit. But again, it really depends how cold it gets in that bitch, right? Like I don't know where you live, I don't know where you are, right? But just if you need this shit, then don't be afraid. I mean, don't be wearing those gloves with like the finger cutouts or some shit, right? That shit just weird, bro.
Oh, baby, I love my fucking fingerless gloves. Look how fucking cool they look. Ah!
Make sure you have some solid gloves, right? Okay, that's the one I'm gonna say. Solid gloves and socks. No. Socks is the biggest one, right? Do not sleep on socks, bro. Thick ass motherfucking socks. Get that shit. Now, last essential we're finna cover here is gonna be some thermals, right? I don't know if you've been noticed, right? But a lot of the stuff we're talking about here is gonna be like stuff you can layer, right? Stuff you can stack and stack and stack and stack. Because that's the name of the game here, right? We're trying to keep ourselves warm, right? Cozy boys up in this bitch. And thermals are so good in the sense that you can have like a thermal shirt underneath like your t-shirt or your hoodie, or you can have some thermal pants underneath like your jeans or your cargos or some shit, right? Like it just insulates and keeps you way warmer than otherwise would. And again, it does kind of depend on your climate, like I keep saying that, right? Because who really knows where you live, right? At least for me in Australia, right? Winter ain't too crazy over here, right? And yo, speaking of that, right, I just thought about this, right? I feel like living in those climates where it snows and like it rains really heavily and it's just like fucking just horrible, right? I feel like that shit would suck. Like, okay, the snow would probably be like magical and pretty cool at the start, but I feel like over time, that shit will start to get so annoying, bro. Like having to shovel snow out the way and all that type of shit, right? So yeah, I just can't imagine, man. That shit would suck, right? Like my boys, write in the comments where you guys are from, right? And tell me if it snows over where you guys are, because yeah, that shit would not be fun, bro. I'm trying to picture it now, right? Like, sure, it looks cool in the movies and shit, but like, I just don't think it'd be like it wouldn't be a good time, you feel me? It would not be a good time. So before I end this video, right, let me rapid fire some things you also need for winter, right? Just so you don't call me out in the video, right? So I'm gonna say like an umbrella, an umbrella. Got you guys there. So I'll see you guys next video.